I'm Emily Mashak, and you are listening to Town Square Media's Tuned In To NoCo, the show that lets you know what matters in NoCo. I'm sitting down today with Bob and Donna Visocky, the executive directors of the Kristi Visocky Memorial Fund. So thank you so much for coming in and joining me today.
Well, thanks for having us.
We are going to talk about your Kristi's Wish initiative that's going on this month. But before we get to that, I want to just talk a little bit about the foundation in general. For those who don't know, what is the Kristi Visocky Foundation?
It started in 2003. Our daughter was killed in a car accident in Denver. And that year, after all of the arrangements and everything, our boys suggested doing a golf tournament in her honor. And I was thinking it would be the next year because it takes a while. And they said, no, we're going to do it this year in 2003. And by God, we did. And we've done it. This will be our 18th year coming up. And we've done it between Southridge, Collindale, and the last 2 years have been over here at Pelican Lakes.
And we started the foundation shortly after that. The golf tournament was our first event, and we give the money. We usually pick an organization, a local organization. We've supported Crossroads Safe House, Sava.
Built a house for Habitat.
Built a house for Habitat for Humanity. You know, all of the funds that we raise go to various organizations in the community. And over the years, now it's been, 15, 16 years, we've given away over $1 million to various organizations. We've done scholarships for young women and just supported a lot of, different programs in the community.
Yeah, well, I'm so sorry for your loss, but it's wonderful to hear of what has come of it. Can you tell me a little bit more about Kristi and how she has truly inspired what you've built?
you can.
Kristi was a big champion of the underdog and very outspoken and just a beautiful spark. And so everything that we've done, all of our programs are more women, geared towards women. Again, scholarships for young women, programs that help women to thrive and move forward in that. So she was kind of the spark behind that, just because she was a spark and, like I said, very outspoken and like to change the world.
She was an interesting person, to say the least. I mean, she was our baby, but and she was ahead of her time. I mean, she might have been 21 when she was killed in the accident, but she was more like 26, 27. I mean, she just was out of her element with her peers, but she really, and we can feel her smiling down on us, this is exactly what she would do.
That's
exactly.
Really beautiful. Yeah, that's so beautiful. I'm glad that you were both able to do this. Can you tell me a little bit more about it? I know you mentioned doing a lot of scholarships and providing assistance to those in need. Just can you go into more detail about how that all works?
It's a family-run foundation, and what we've done is taken a look, and like Donna says, it's more women-oriented. We've done Sava, we've done Crossroads Safe House, tried to help those single moms, basically. We worked with women in prison down in Denver that were getting out because they need a second chance. And so we have a committee of, what do you have, 6 that look at when people apply. Donna has a group of friends and our family, and they look at the letters that they have to send in, why they should be receiving any kinds of funds. And it's worked out, I think, pretty good. I mean, she does a great job with her and her committee in picking them. I just raise the money.
Yeah,
She does
she's
it.
really good at raising the money. But we've given scholarships, a lot of scholarships over the years to young women. And that we had one gal who was a single mom with 3 little boys and went to nursing school. And she had to take a break one year because it was just really hard on her kids in that. And asked if she could come back, and would still be able to get a scholarship when she was ready to come back. And we said, of course. And, sure enough, there she was back again and ready to finish. And we went to her graduation, her nursing school graduation and everything. It was so exciting to be there. And that we've had We had one little gal who was just no bigger than a minute who was in diesel mechanic school, you know. So that's always been exciting to help these young women to see where they go.
Yeah, that's so great. I know I was just about to ask, I was reading on your website about how the goal is to build a strong and caring community. And I was going to ask you to tell me more about that, but I can already see how you're doing that so far.
Well, and one of the things is, we started this golf tournament, and most of the people, we have these same people who have played every year for 16 years. We have this wonderful group of supporters. They have helped us in all of our events and our things, and they're just behind us. And it feels like a community that continue to support whatever it is. We say, hey, this year we're helping this, or this year we're building a house for Habitat, and they all ante up, and participate in that. So it's wonderful to see how these people have come together, to support these different programs through the Kristi Foundation.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's talk about Kristi's Wish.
Okay.
What is this initiative?
It started, let's see, this will be, I think, our 7th or 8th year with Schrader Country Stores. And I'm sitting at home one day and I said, you know what, Jerry Lewis does his telethon with the Shamrocks, the whole works. Why couldn't I come up with something like Kristi's Wish is what we ended up calling it. And we have the stars. And if you go to any of the Schrader stores around, you'll see these little cards, and they make a donation. They'll throw change in the pot. Last year was the biggest that we generated so far. It was almost $30,000 in 6 weeks. And that money, again, then goes to 4 charities, maybe 5 that we pick. We always have one, we'll say these are the 4, and then there'll be another one that we can come up with money for, somebody applies for something. This year we're doing Boys and Girls Club of Larimer County. We're doing Crossroads Safe House. We're doing
Mujeres de Caleras.
And then I stop at one of the Potts restaurants every morning for coffee. And the firefighters were in there, the union. And I listened to them, and somebody mentioned that they were doing a project called Operation Warm. And so I said to them, I said, look, we have this charity, this is what we do, do you need some help? And they said, well, yeah, we certainly. Well, we're going to donate some money for them to buy coats for kids who don't have coats, obviously. And then the other aspect of it, besides the Schrader stores, is we have giving trees. And there's 2 at the Key Banks in Fort Collins, and there's 2 at the Potts. And there's ornaments on it, and on the ornament it says, boy, 14, would like this. And so we're doing that. The one at the Key Banks will be done this weekend. But the Potts stores, you can still stop by, either one down at the mall or at the Collindale Golf Course for the next week. The 16th is the end of it. And I remember one time, Boys and Girls Club, one of the kids asked for a mattress, not a toy.
Yeah.
So it feels good.
Yeah.
And it's somebody said, why do you do this? It takes so much time or work. It was my daughter. Why wouldn't I do it?
Yeah. That's fantastic.
So,
can you tell me a little bit about the logistics for people who want to participate? I know you mentioned where to find the giving trees, but how can people find the Kristi's Wish Stars?
Well, the Kristi's Wish Stars are at all the Schrader's Country Stores. 18
of them.
And they can just stop in, and again, they have these little stars, and you can donate $1 or $5, $10, however much you want. And,
change.
And it all goes towards Kristi's Wish. So, again, when you're out and about getting gas, stop at any of the Schrader stores, and they're all over the region.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the easiest way to do that. You can also donate on our website. It's www.kristisfund, KRISTISFUND, kristisfund.com. And there's a link there where you can donate as well. And then the giving trees are at the CB and Potts at Collindale and at the mall. And then there are 2 Key Banks in Fort Collins where you can just swing by, pick up an ornament off the tree, buy a present, bring it back, and those will go directly to those organizations.
Awesome. And how long is that going on until again?
The Giving Trees at Potts will run through the 16th, as will Kristi's Wish donation through Schrader Country Stores. I guess they're called Schrader's Country Store, but that'll run through the 16th. And then all of the gifts, I was at Potts this morning, and there had to be, 50, 60 presents. And they're unwrapped, brand new, and people are calling and saying, well, somebody wanted a Lego. Do you have enough Legos? So bring what you can. We'll take care of it. No problem.
That's perfect. I love to hear that people are getting so involved with it.
And they've done this for, I think this is our, 8th year with the Christmas trees and with Schrader's. And then the tournament, this will be our 18th tournament, which will be June 26th at a location to be determined. We're still in the process.
That's awesome.
So
now, you've obviously been doing this for a long time, so congratulations on that. How have you personally seen it make an impact on the community since you've started this?
The young lady who became the nurse with the invitation to her graduation. Another one went to school, dropped out for a while. We hadn't heard from her, came back, got her degree at CSU in psychology, I think it was. Sent us a nice letter saying, thank you very much. We look at the house, Donna goes for a walk, the house that we built for Habitat. We see that house, it's right in our neighborhood, basically. And that's something that we can look at, and you can see Kristi in it. And just what the Larimer County Boys and Girls Clubs do with Sava, all of these CASA, all of them, what they're doing is we don't see it, on a personal day-to-day basis, but we know that what we've done, what little it might have been, has helped somebody somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it worth it.
You can feel it.
Yep.
We can definitely feel it. And we last year or 2 years ago, we had a woman who had been in prison, and she was a drug user, and now she went to school to become a drug abuse counselor, and that was one of our scholarships that we gave out this year, and that was so rewarding to see her change and what she's going to do, with everything that she's able to have now.
Yeah, that's amazing to hear. Now, you have so much going on, and I know you mentioned you're already getting ready for next year's tournament and things like that. So if you have an idea, it's like this might be a bit on the spot, but what's in the future for the foundation? What's coming up?
Well, we're going to do the golf tournament. I said I was going to be done after 15 years, but I can't give it up. So I'll look at 20th anniversary of the tournament and probably still go on. We'll do the Kristi's Wish. We'll do the Giving Trees. We have a couple of things. We're going to do a donation, what do they call it, at Poor Brothers.
Poor Brothers.
Fort
Yeah,
Collins. Wednesday,
donation night
April.
in April.
And we'll get the
Got
word
that
out. But
coming up, so.
Very cool. I'm so excited for that and for you. Now, the last thing before we sign off, the foundation has so many positive messages. It's just been so lovely hearing all of your stories since you've been in here today. What would you like listeners to take away from this, especially over the holiday season?
everybody deserves a second chance. And if you can, I mean, if you were to see some of these ornaments that the kids put down what they want, like I said, somebody wanted a mattress. The other one was a big blanket. All you got to do, if you give one item, it's worth it.
And I would like to add that I think that whole line about it takes a community, and that all of us can help support other people, other families, in so many different ways. And there's lots of opportunities to get involved in that, and it's part of everybody's responsibility to just do that one little thing, and that's all it takes. One little thing, you can change somebody's life.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you both so much for taking the time and coming in and talking to me today. It was so great to learn about all that you have done, and I'm so excited to see where it goes in the future.
We appreciate your help.
Thank you.
Again, that was Bob and Donna Visocky, the executive directors of the Kristi Visocky Memorial Fund and the Kristi Visocky Foundation. If you would like to participate in Kristi's Wish, you can visit any Schrader's Country Store or a CB and Potts to participate in the Giving Trees. The proceeds will be donated to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Larimer County, Crossroads Safe House, Firefighters for Operation Warm, and Mujeres de Colores. If you would like to donate online or find more information, visit www.kristisfund.com.